It's that time again. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Andrew RFC, and we are back with some more FIFA 19 projections, looking into the future of when the game is coming out. And today, as you can see by the title, the thumbnail, and all the players, we are going to be looking at Barcelona's squad going into next FIFA. Now, there is one thing that is obvious. There are a few players at Barcelona signed, like Arthur, Arthur, if you want to call him, who was not in FIFA 18, so I didn't really have access to his card for the database. So we are going off the cards that were in FIFA 18, some of them that have transferred over to Barcelona, as well as the returning players as well. We're going to start right away with their backup goalkeeper, Silesen. Now, I got Silesen as an 80 rated card. He wasn't awful for Barcelona, but of course, outshadowed by the mightiness that is Andre ter Stegen. So I think an 80 is fine for a backup keeper. An 81, I think you could still make the argument that he could get, but I'm gonna stick with an 80 just in my personal opinion. Beside him we have Sergio Roberto. Now it's gonna be a weird card for Sergio Roberto because he was playing right back a lot last year, and already to start the season he's been playing right back and center mid as well, so I did give him the switch to center mid just because I think throughout the year another player who is going to pop up later will be playing right back over him, which will move Sergio Roberto to the bench and potentially as a central midfielder. But an 82 I think is a very good rating regardless if he is a right back or a center mid, because he's a very talented player. He's a kind of a jack of all trades, very pretty good at defending, good ball movement, so I think an 82 regardless of his position is going to be a fair overall choice. Next up we have Rafinha, and I think you can make the argument that Rafinha can maybe drop down to an 80. I kept him over at an 81. There are a lot of rumors that he could be leaving on loan yet again to Benfica or to another team in Europe, but Benfica was the one that was coming up the most as of the last couple days. But I think an 80 and 81, as I do have him there, keeping about the same card as last year is fair. I think Rafinha is a very talented player. He just needs a little bit more playing time. The first ones to watch for Barcelona is none other than Malcolm, the man we thought was going to Roma, but instead ends up at Barcelona, and I raised him up to an 83 after a very good season at Bordeaux last year where he picked up a team of the season in FIFA 18, and he's going to get a ones to watch definitely at Barca with that 83 rating. So I just bumped him up a little bit, and I compared his card a lot similarly to the man right beside him, and that is obviously Ousmane Dembele, a very talented player, not getting too much playing time at Barca, but I think that is slowly but surely definitely going to come, depending on what they do with other guys. But I have Dembele staying as an 83, as you can see there. I think him and Malcolm both as 83s is pretty fair. You can see they got similar stats, Dembele with the better pace and dribbling, Malcolm with the better shooting and passing. I think those are a little bit inflated, his stats on that 83 Malcolm, but overall I think the 83s are fine, especially as well having Sergio Roberto as that 82. We now move to the goalkeeper and the defense of Barcelona, and right away we have Marc-Andre ter Stegen at an 88 rated. I think an upgrade is definitely due for this guy without question. He was immense for Barcelona, and I honestly, in my opinion, think he could be the starting goalkeeper for Germany over Manuel Neuer, the way he has played definitely in the past 2 years. He's such a talented goalkeeper and a very good player as well. He's done so well for Barcelona, even when the team has made mistakes, which isn't too often, but he usually is able to bail them out, so I think an 88 for ter Stegen is a very high rating, but also a very fair one for him. At right back is the guy I was saying that might be replacing Sergio Roberto, and that is Nelson Semedo. I kept him over at an 81 rating as well, which is what his rating and card was last year. He didn't have a lot of playing time, but when he played, he was linking up very well with Messi on the right side, so I feel like an 81 for more so an attacking-minded right back is a good rating for him. Samuel Umtiti won the World Cup with France, of course, and I think an upgrade is definitely due. He had a great year in the Spanish League as well as at the World Cup with France. I put him up to an 85, and in all honesty, I think even an 86 wouldn't even be that bad a card for Umtiti. I think 85 is kind of that safe range in case of any team of the seasons, informs, anything like that. But if his stats look anything like that, 75 pace, 85 defending, and 82 physical, he's definitely going to be one of the top center backs in the game next year, as he is right now in real life. Gerard Piqué, 87 is what I put his rating as. I've never been really a big fan of Piqué in my entire life, but I think an 87 rating is fair based off last year, keeping him with about similar to what he is, 65 pace, 86 defending, 76 physical. I think that is a fine card for Piqué. Jordi Alba I decided to keep the same as an 87, keeping basically the exact same card. I think he has really morphed himself into being one of the top left backs in the world, with the likes of Marcelo, maybe David Alaba as well, and Alexandro. I think an 87 is fair for basically all those guys because I don't really see any left backs being higher than that, and I think that's already a very high rating. We now move over to Barcelona's midfield, and as you can see, there is a ones to watch item in there. We are going to start with him. That is Arturo Vidal. Now, I did drop Vidal one rating to an 86. Wasn't playing as much at Bayern, had a couple injuries last year as well, and just overall, I think from his age, he might be dropping down just one rating. Again, more so in my opinion, but again, that does leave him the option to possibly pick up Champions League items as well as informs throughout the year. So I think an 86 is fair, especially with those stats, still keeping a lot of the club 80 stats with the shooting, passing, defending, and physicality, and just being under in the dribbling and pace. I think that's a very, very solid card for anyone who's still going to be rocking a Spanish league or as a perfect link to Messi. Sergio Busquets, I don't see much changing in his card at all. 86 I think is fair, pretty good, just kind of all-round card with passing, defending, physical, and the dribbling as well. Just no pace, no shooting, but he is an all-in-all CDM, as he has been his whole career. So he might not be the most fun player to use in FIFA 19, but I think that's what his card will look like at the end of the day. Ivan Rakitic, sitting on an 87. I believe that's an upgrade or about the same. I think you could even make arguments again for Rakitic being about an 88, but to me an 88 feels a little bit high because I feel like that's where a guy like Toni Kroos or somebody would probably be. But overall, an 87, if he has those kind of stats with the good shooting, passing, and dribbling, he could be a fun card to use next year, especially if you are going to be linking him up with Modric or again any of the Barcelona forwards. I feel like he could fit into a team pretty well. We now move to the front three of the Barcelona team, which is the heart and soul basically of the attack, and that's obviously with Messi, Suarez, and Coutinho. Now, I did list Coutinho as a left winger, even though I think a lot this year he has the possibility of playing in the middle instead, but I think his first card being released in FIFA 19 will be on the left wing, where he did kind of start his Barcelona career, as well as where he played majority for Liverpool as well. Overall, I think that Coutinho should be getting a pace upgrade, going to about an 83. He's not as slow as the FIFA games have made him in the past, and his shooting obviously is very immense, and his passing and dribbling, as you can see, are very high up there, because that is his strongest points, and I think his free kick should definitely be upgraded as well. Luis Suarez, I decided to give a 91. He slowed down a little bit near the end of the year, especially in the Champions League, and I think his pace might be seeing that drop as well due to his age, but overall, just still probably the perfect striker. 81 physical, 85 dribbling, and 90 shooting, and still, you know Suarez is going to be picking up informs and whatnot this year, so I think dropping down to a 91 is an okay sacrifice, considering he's probably going to have cards that might stem up to the 97-98 range. Leo Messi is the only player that I would make the argument of going up to a 94, but just the way EA works, with Ronaldo being the cover star, I have a feeling that they might have Ronaldo be the 94 and Messi still a 93, but again, I don't think it means too much because we know Messi is going to be picking up special cards in the Champions League with informs and everything else throughout the year, so don't even sweat the 93. Now, there are some talks that Messi's card could be a center forward or striker, but I don't see that being unless he does get a special card through the year, because he has been playing on the right wing all season essentially for Barcelona, and his card will look just about the same. I don't know why he has 84 dribbling. I just realized that looking at the card right now. That's my mistake. I probably did that when I was making the card, so ignore that 84 dribbling right there. That should be a much higher, and probably I think I meant to have that as a 94 instead of an 84, but the pace being 89, shooting 91, 87 passing, but yeah, definitely not 84 dribbling. That is a total my mistake, but overall, I think more importantly, Messi will be staying at a 93, but within a couple weeks, you know he's going to get that special card straight away to go to 94. It's just always that way with the Barcelona team and with Leo Messi, of course. So that's how I think the Barcelona ratings are going to be looking at FIFA 19. Now, there was some clips that came out at Gamescom, and it looks like my Liverpool and Arsenal ratings are actually very close to what we could be seeing in the early release of FIFA 19. So I am pretty happy with that, and I hope you are too as well. Make sure you do leave a like and subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments your opinions on the Barcelona team, as well as what team you would like to see next. It's been your boy Andrew RFC, and peace, much love. We haven't said that one in a while, and take care. Goodbye.